Supreme Court not going to be hearing the case, so she'll presumably serve out the remainder of her term unless she appeals for some other reason. But they announced on Monday, not going to be hearing her case. She's got 20 years sentence ahead of her, and she was found guilty of trafficking a minor, amongst other things. Now, it was to her and to Epstein, right? In her trial, it was very cabined off, and we saw that FBI James Comey's daughter, Maureen Comey, was the one who was prosecuting this, the same prosecutor who handled the Diddy trial and the Jeffrey Epstein original trial, not the one that he got the non-prosecution agreement for, but the new case, because she's just part of the cleanup operation in our humble opinions. But anyways, Maxwell asked the Supreme Court to review a decision. Second Circuit said, you're not immune. And here's the specific language. It said, yeah, remember, the U.S. Attorney's Office, it was the weirdest thing, said that Epstein could not be prosecuted for future charges and all other potential co-conspirators. Okay, they couldn't name them. Potential co-conspirators. The most insane plea deal you've ever gotten, you've ever seen in your life. If Epstein successfully fulfills all terms, the U.S. agrees that it will not institute any criminal charges against any potential co-conspirators of Epstein. Quote, the United States, not the United States and only the jurisdiction in Florida, the whole United States. Maxwell contended that the co-conspirators clause was binding to every U.S. attorney. The United States means the United States. It doesn't say this district. It didn't say the U.S. attorney. She urged the justices to overturn the Second Circuit, which held that non-prosecution is binding only in the region where they made that deal, unless it shows affirmatively, like they say in there, this covers the entire United States. They didn't say that. Maxwell further contended that the Second Circuit's ruling deepened a circuit split. Maxwell's attorney submitted this, but the DOJ responded. They did not want the Supreme Court to take this. U.S. Solicitor General D. John Sauer said, the co-conspirators clause, in other words, the government, Trump's DOJ is saying, yeah, this deal was highly unusual, and it cannot easily be compared to other plea agreements because it's not usual at all, because Epstein got a smoking sweetheart deal, probably because he was intelligence. The case-specific interpretation of a particular NPA is not a matter, though. D. John Sauer, he's like, yeah, this is pretty weird, but it's just like an individual criminal defendant, and so who cares? And the Supreme Court said it's good enough for us. So they released their orders list, and it was basically the list of the orders and, of course, what they're going to be accepting and not accepting. And Maxwell's case is not in the approved list. Let's take a look if we can find it. Yeah, there it is. So she's down here.